Hey everybody, it's Zjayfi here from Old School Gamers. I wanted to do a quick update on my raid build for the clan Facebook feed, uh, also for my YouTube channel. So there's always three ways to reach me. You can reach me at Zachary Finnefrock on Facebook. You can reach me at ZJFi on PSN and also ZJFi on YouTube. And you can go ahead and also check me out on our newest way to communicate. We've set up the OSG Raids PSN community. You can get on there and check it out. I wanted to do this video real quick just because I've made some changes since Title Update 5 came out, and there's some interesting new things that have happened. Uh, the weapon damage, obviously, I've been able to increase it a little bit, and there's skills are actually viable now. So when I found this chest piece, I actually did put a little bit of skill power into my build for the first time ever. So we'll go ahead and get into this. This is the same build that I was running. I broke down all my other ones that I showed you guys in my first video, but now I call this one Patient Berserk. It's pretty much the same concept as the build I was running before. But a few things are different about it now. I'll just go over them really quick. We'll start with the weapons, because that's where everything starts at. I've cranked the Eagle Bearer up to 32.6. That's just about as high as you can get it without sacrificing a whole bunch of survivability. So that's your target, is around 31 to 32k for the Eagle Bearer. You could probably max it out at like 34 if you were completely suicidal, maybe running like a 13-2-0 build or something. But I don't recommend that. That's close enough to 35k. Can we just call that 35k on the military M60 E4? I think we should call it 35k. Plenty of damage there. If you want to know how to crank that up higher, talk to Focus Drop Shots. He knows how to crank up an LMG higher than just about anybody I've ever seen. The talents, yes, I've modified this one now to not only have unhinged, but have extra, and I've put in the large pouch for 162 rounds. So this is basically when my Eagle Bearer runs out and I need to quick switch for rounds on tap. I need to put a boomer down really quick. I pull this out. This is something that I usually, like say I'm working a pad around the generator, that gives me 5 seconds. I can just go ahead and reload this, or whenever there's a free moment, I don't have targets, I can reload this. It's not my primary weapon, so I don't have any reload speed built into the build. And then this 200k shotgun is just there for the in rhythm talent, which gives you a 5% chance to refresh active skill cooldowns, which you're playing the raid, you kill an ad, you got a 5% chance that maybe all of a sudden your reviver hive comes off cooldown. Could save your life. Some of the changes that I've made: I do now have a different mask. I'm running a Gila Guard mask now for a couple of reasons. One reason is the 20% hazard protection, now that I have two-piece Gila, which means at all times I have 20% hazard protection. Before, I had to switch, and when I switched I got 60%, but now I have 20% all the time, because I put on my 44% damage to elites with the 10% hard hitting. So this is 54% damage to elites, just right here on my mask. The blue attribute, health on kill, I don't really care about all that much, because health on kill is not the most important thing. The most important thing was that I had a blue roll on here, but health on kill is not bad for a berserk build. So let's say I'm got my armor completely off and I'm max berserk damaging people. That health on kill could theoretically help me to get a few more rounds off before I have to duck down and heal up. If I'm playing a section of the raid that does require a lot of hazard protection, like say Buddy and Lucy or the gas part, I always have the option to put this mask back on, which is the 39% plus 20% hazard protection. So there's 60% hazard protection right there just by putting that mask on. So there's always an option if I need more, but I do lose 15% damage to elite by putting that mask on. So I usually just roll with the Gila Guard. 20% is enough. And of course it's got extra hive skill power and chem skill power, which we'll look at just a little bit. The chest piece also has been changed out. I used to have an Overlord with 10% weapon damage and a huge health roll. I had like 51,000 health on it. Now I got this Fenris, which is not a bad chest piece at all. It's got 25,000 health, but it's got Vital. So that's another big chunk of health right there for me. The 25,000 is enough. As you can see, I did lose about 10,000 overall health, but now I have 14% weapon damage. I have 321 skill power, and I still have my offensive mod slot with my favorite mod in there right there, the 4% assault rifle, 3% LMG. I really wish that I had more than one of those. I'd put that in every offensive mod slot that I had. The holster is the same, hasn't changed, 34,000 health, devastating offensive mod slot. The backpack hasn't changed, 9% total armor, 9% weapon damage, 5.5% crit hit, but it's got efficient. I've talked before about how good efficient is. 2% weapon damage, assault rifle damage, and a big chunk of health in there with a little bit of extra incoming healing. These gloves I've had since the very beginning. This is the only pair I've ever come across that were exactly like this. It's got devastating assault rifle damage, mega assault rifle damage. So this is like 20% assault rifle damage just on this set of gloves right here. No changes to that, and no changes to patience either. This is hard-hitting patience. Fenris knee pads. Now I get the 10% protection from elites. That means absolutely nothing in the raid. You will get slaughtered just as quickly if you try to face tank somebody. Try to face tank an elite in the raid. You're going to go down, and you're going to go down hard. Here's something that's new, is now that we have this extra skill power and we have these reviver hives, not reviver hives, now that we have these batteries, between these batteries and the new skill power, and now I'm running at 2,620 skill power, mostly on batteries, but there's a little bit in my backpack and also a little bit in my skill mod on my mask. So now we can roll a big cooldown number, which is 80.6% skill haste. A standard reviver hive takes 300 seconds to cool down. That's 5 minutes, 5 full minutes. Now I have 80.6% skill haste. It takes 120 seconds for this reviver to come back online. And with in rhythm, there's always a possibility it might come back sooner. So this makes a big difference to have a little bit of extra skill. It reduces your cooldown by 60%. I cannot figure out why it does not actually bring it down the full 80%, which would be like 95 seconds. But whatever, I'll take it any way I can get it. As you can see, 119.5 seconds is fantastic compared to the 300 seconds it would normally take. And the same thing is true of the chem launcher. Now that we have some additional skill power, 1485 for the chem launcher because it only has one battery slot. Now we have 44% skill haste in this, so we're down to 12.1 seconds for cooldown. And since this comes with 3 rounds that take about 5 seconds to dissipate, you can theoretically continue to use this non-stop as long as you wait until one pool of the green stuff goes away before you throw down another one. You can use this anytime you want. It's fantastic, the chem heal. Let's go take a look at the stats. You know what skills I'm running. I've already showed those. The weapon damage, 32,586. 15% crit chance. I like to have that extra. Just a little bit of it. I don't need too much, but I like to have a little bit of crit chance. 40% crit damage, 55% headshot damage. The range is good, 35. I have 40% stability. Most of that comes with running the sharpshooter specialization, and most of that works with the Eagle Bearer. If you're running the Eagle Bearer, you know how important it is to have weapon stability, because this thing kicks like a mule. My all weapons damage bonus, 38.5%. Assault rifle damage bonus, 51%. So I'm running almost 90%. My dream is to get actually 90% on that. I think would be absolutely fantastic. But I'm currently stuck at 89.5. When I switch to my LMG, I have 58.5 on that, and then another 18. So I'm well over 70% on the LMG damage. Once again, that's just a secondary, so I didn't prioritize it at all. But got 72% damage to elites with this weapon. I think 64% with the Eagle Bear. Yes. So 64 is not bad. The more base damage you have, the less damage to elite that you need. Now, if you're only running 20% all weapons and 40% assault rifle, you're going to need closer to 90% damage to elites. But the problem with that is not everything in the raid is an elite. There's red bars everywhere that are pretty deadly themselves. So you are almost always better off going into base weapon damage or specific weapon damage, then damage to elites. That's the order that you wanna prioritize. All of them are important for the raid, but base weapon damage boosts all your weapons, and it boosts the bonus that you get from damage to elites. Damage to elites is 64% of your base weapon damage, so you obviously would want to calculate or prioritize your base weapon damage. I have 230,000 armor, that's plenty. 140,000 health, that's plenty. 70,000 health regen, that's perfect for a berserk build, especially since I'm getting some health on kill and I have some additional health regen. Plenty of ways to heal in this build, and 20% hazard protection throughout. So I'm really enjoying this build in the raid. We've got some other great builders. I know Byro is planning on working on a raid build, and Focus has put up, he's pulled back the curtain on the secrets to his 40k LMG. So if you guys check out his videos, he also has some great builds to show people. I think that's pretty much all I got for you guys tonight. I'm about to open a new cache and see if I got anything interesting here in the new cosmetics set. A summer t-shirt, why not? Let's put it on. Alright, well, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I just wanted to go ahead and talk to you about the changes that I've made into this build since the new update has come in. If you guys are interested in asking me questions about builds, you can contact me on PSN. My name is Zjayfi on PSN, Zjayfi on YouTube, and it's Zachary Finnefrock on our clan Facebook page. Also, don't forget to join up OSG Raids, our PlayStation Network community. Thanks so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.